novel and your experience reading it. The book I read is Secret Acre, the Ed Thomas story written by Mark Tabb with the Ed Thomas family. The year of 2008 is when a tornado went through Parkersburg, Iowa, and took out the south side of town. The community comes together and rebuilds the city from the ground up after a tornado. Through the Applington Parkersburg football program, Mr. Thomas shows his players how to become productive men, not only on the field, but more importantly in life. He leads by example in how he lives his life. When I was reading the book, I was thinking this book reminds me of other communities that have been flooded or have suffered from tornadoes and may not have recovered as quickly. The greatest gift God has given any of us is the power to choose. Meaning, are you going to help rebuild the community or sit back and watch? Common theme: adversity is a test of character. Through the book, whether at football practice, on the football field, or facing your personal battles, the theme is never give up and keep on trying. Life is full of challenges, and you can either face them or let them take over. Classic definition: most books that I read are motivational, in that I believe the theme to keep on trying and doing your best. By doing this, you will be a better person. Literature analyst Ed Thomas' days were long and filled with dedication to the football field and the community. He treated friends and total strangers the same with respect and courtesy. After the tornado, he was a positive role model to the community. But by rebuilding the football field in 105 days, he set the standard for rebuilding the community. A la carte option. I believe the author intention is to continuation of Ed Thomas' dream of encourage everyone to do the best they can. The book not only showed how Ed Thomas lived, but how he impacted the community, the state, and country. I believe that the author wants you to believe if you work hard, you can make a difference, Ed Thomas stated. Give me a player with great effort, and I will take them any day over talent. Put them together, and you will have something special. If you work hard as a team, you can overcome something.
novel and your experience reading it. Brave New World by Aldous Huxley was published in 1932. Brave New World is set in 2540 Common Era, which the novel identifies as the year AF 632. AF stands for After Ford, as Henry Ford's assembly line is known as godlike. This era began when Ford introduced his Model T car. The novel examines a futuristic society called the World State that revolves around science and efficiency. In this society, young children are not allowed to have any emotions or individuality. There are no lasting relationships because, quote, but everyone belongs to everyone else, end quote, page 40. There are no family relationships and there are no emotions. Huxley begins his novel by explaining the scientific natures of this society, beginning at the Central London Hatchery and Conditioning Center. At this center, children are created outside the womb and cloned in order to increase the population. The embryos are sorted by classes. The embryos, which exist within tubes and incubators, are provided by differing amounts of chemicals and hormones in order to create them in the predetermined class. Embryos designed for the higher classes get chemicals to perfect them, both physically and mentally. The lower class embryos are chemically altered to be imperfect. The classes for the highest and to the lowest are alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilons. The alphas are bred to be leaders, and the epsilons are bred to be menial laborers. Procreation between persons is outlawed. In Brave New World, there is a widespread belief that technology is the futuristic remedy for problems caused by war and disease. There is no community in Brave New World. Nothing is normal in this society. Huxley believes that the perfect world would have no poverty, sickness, and disease. While reading Brave New World, the first few chapters were complicated and bizarre. Some of the words, I had to look up the meaning. I had to pay attention to understand what I was reading. I think that the book is what Huxley sees our future as and what direction we are heading. But maybe we can fix it before it goes in that direction. I personally felt that Brave New World was very weird and sad. Discuss how your author's background may have affected the book. Aldous Huxley was born into a prominent family in England in 1894. After a serious illness when he was a child, he was left partly blind. Huxley had to give up his dream of becoming a scientist to pursue a writing career. Huxley published a collection of poems. He had several novels before publishing Brave New World. The novel is a dark version of the future and is widely regarded as one of the greatest novels in the 20th century. Huxley moved to the United States in 1937. He died of cancer in 1963 in Los Angeles, California. I personally feel that his blindness caused him to be dark and sad, and this is why his novel does not allow people to have any emotions. He was in a world of darkness due to his partial blindness, and his novel is very gloomy and negative. His book was the dark version of the future. His blindness and having to give up his dreams of being a scientist led him to write on the dark side, in my opinion.
Marching the papers
Our common theme is community. In Maverick's book, The Community is Strong. Diversity is the test of character in Sacred Acre. The community comes together after the tornado to help each other overcome challenges. The community works together to rebuild. In Brave New World, there is a lack of community. There are no connections between people. Everyone relies on themselves and no one cares about each other. Quote, one believes things because one has been conditioned to believe them. End quote. Pages 234 and 235. I chose this quote because if a child is brought up a certain way, they are conditioned to be that way. For example, people believe in God because they've been conditioned to believe in God. A child raised in an abusive home will think that this behavior is normal. They have been conditioned to believe that this is acceptable. A child raised with no emotions will be conditioned to not have any emotions. In Brave New World, there is no community and no emotions, but Sacred Acre relies on the community to succeed in life. Classic definition. The classic definition for Brave New World is that identity crisis plays a huge role. In Brave New World, the children are not given choices about their future. Quote, I suppose epsilons don't really mind being epsilons. End quote. Page 74. These people do not have any idea what it is like to be anything else. They have not been conditioned differently. The whole governing factor of the world state is that individuality is gone. Identity only exists within the predetermined class given to a person. This is very sad and scary. The children do not have parents. Literary analysis. I chose to talk about the view of life this book represents. In Brave New World, everything is dark and sad. There are no emotions. You are not loved by someone. Everyone is alone. Stability is reached by taking away the individuality of people. Individual freedom is not important in Brave New World. Quote, I ate civilization. End quote. Page 241. Society is not normal and nothing is sacred. I would not want to live in this world. The world is a mess in this novel. Even though this world may seem like it is happy and carefree, it has a warped sense of being. I believe in emotions and love. In my opinion, love is the greatest gift that God has given us.
Hi, nice to meet you. Would you like to fall in love? Promise I won't screw this up tonight. I think I need you. What the hell, I'm feeling lonely, so what's up? I got a sign on